Good morning, guys. Here, let me turn down my volume real quick before we start. How y'all doing today? I'm going to be doing another video for you guys. Real quick and short. New weekly draw. For whatever reason, again, Laguna was featured. I do believe it was twice. Let's see, event. I can't go back and see the other weekly event. The other weekly event, I want to say it was Laguna, Lyle, and Sass. So I don't know why they did two of Laguna back to back. It seems a little bit redundant to me. I'm sure they have their reasons though. But whatever. With the pull, let me pull it up here. Weekly draw. With the pull, oh crap. Alright. You can get Laguna's Hella Blue gun, his Gabaldon machine gun, Zell's Maverick, and Pinello's Orchelium Dirk. The Hella Blue gun slightly raises party's initial brave and speed when Laguna's HP is at least 50%, and the Gabaldon gun increases brave damage and increased duration of defense down 1 target debuff from 2 turns to 3 turns for his grenade. Maverick, punch, rush, burning, rave, increased brave damage for an increased duration of duel from 3 to 6, and then Trillium Dirt, greater haste, increased speed rate, increased duration from of speed up from 3 turns to 4 turns, and it grants a 4-turn attack up 1 ally's buff, which is actually really good. The Hello Blue gun, if you're having troubles with Leviathan, is actually really good. It is a water-based gun, so it actually starts off automatically with, like, if you've ever heard the term in spells, it basically starts off with in water. I did get my Sabin to level 50 not too long ago, or actually about 2.5 hours ago, and then I took a break from playing this to play some Diablo 2 that I started downloading today. Some other things that we'll be covering is World of Illusions. Just a short little tidbit. I do have mine to level 18. I'm 102 star 1s away from having level 19, and then I think it's 700, 200, 150 for the last of the items to get him to level 20. So I will be grinding that out throughout the week. I do have 6 days left to get that done. As far as events, my Runaway Prince is done as far as where I want it to be. I have done some Will of the Dawns. My highest score is actually 52k. I'm sure more people have done better. When I did 52k, it was a weird party setup. As you know, I do not have Cecil, Yuffie, or what's her name? Frill? Is that the new person's name? Creel, not Frill. I'm an idiot. Obviously, all 3 of mine right there at the bottom of the food chain. So I don't have any of them that's expansionate. Oh, that's really good, basically, to be able to take in there. I've tried different characters for it. I took Eco in there one time because I had a party with a couple of Cecils, and I was like, well, I'll give them HP regen, that way they don't die, so on and so forth. It wasn't too bad. Definitely not the best for going in there. I did take Unit in there. That was actually really solid. Unit was probably one of my better ones to take in there. As soon as he inflicted any type of debuffs, obviously I assumed it right away. Plus, the Asuna gives like 2k Brave to everybody. So, all in all, it wasn't that bad. I think I took Titus in there once, and that wasn't too awful. Definitely could have been a lot better. Oh, come on, scroll. Yeah, I've not taken anyone else in there that I can recall of. Oh, no, I did take, oh, crap, Edge. I did take Edge in there. Not too bad. Definitely not the best. I figured with his shock, he may have done a lot more. But the weakness actually doesn't really play a role here. As far as Thunder goes, at least it's not a full potential thing. He is weak to Thunder, but I've noticed that Darkness does a lot more, especially from Cecil. Of course, that is because Cecil A is enhanced for this fight, plus the 35 CP weapon also helps a lot. And all kinds of stuff that I do not have for Edge, obviously. So, I know when it first came out, I was talking about Noxus Saliva and how having closer to 0 Brave is actually more beneficial. If it is Noxus Saliva, it is more beneficial. Well, not really beneficial. It's just he doesn't take as much Brave from you. Either way, he's still gonna get 6k Brave from you, no matter what. So it doesn't really matter how much you have, as far as how much you give him. He's still gonna get 6k. But if you are closer to 0, then I mean, it still won't break you, no matter what. That being said, he does have a lot of solo target moves like Crunch, Corrode, Toxic Saliva, Noxus Saliva, Tentacle Slapped, and Impale. So, if you're trying to keep your CP low, or CP, trying to keep your Brave low, honestly don't. Yes, Noxus Saliva is going to take half of it, but because he gets whatever anyways, it's not that big of a deal. So just try to keep your Brave up, that way you don't get broke. Crunch definitely will do a lot of Brave damage. I think it's a 4-hit? 3 or 4 hit combo, and he hits you like for 2k Brave each time he bites you. And usually can break just about anybody unless you're like 6k or 7k or something like that Brave, and you're all the way at max. So just be prepared for Crunch. I'm actually going to go in and do one real quick. I'm going to use Una. Get a party gear going. Since we already have one support character, I'm going to use Titus instead. Honestly, in my opinion, using Cecil's in here is actually really, really beneficial. See, he just got 6,300. So I mean, it's definitely potent when he does Noxus Saliva. He's gonna steal half anyways, but what he gets is always a lot better. So this one doesn't seem to be too awful bad so far. Of course, we're still in the early stages. Here's Crunch. 1.2, 1.5, and 4K. So that's that's 7,700. None of us can survive that whatsoever. If you do have a strong carry like Prish or Cecil, Cecil is really good in here. Like I said, that damage really won't amount to anything too bad. Cecil with his Valiant Blow instant combo is really OP in here. And that's game. $31K. Not too bad as far as that seemed to be a really easy one. If you don't have anyone using Krill, I do suggest using at least one support character. Whether this is actually the first time I'll see Yuffie going in there. Someone's using Krill, so I will switch out to Titus again. You only need one support character in here. I did one. We ran 2 Krills and a Yuna, and it was god awful. We burned through 3 summons and didn't have his HP down below half yet. That's how bad it was. I don't know why this Creel's been stingy with her Ray of Hope. Giving it to her damage dealers would actually be more beneficial instead of just hoarding it for her. But 32k on that one. Like I said, it's not too bad. It's actually one of the easier mob rolls that I've versed. Give me 1 second, guys. Oh, there you have it. Some easy farming for that. I'm actually getting ready to get a artifact piece here shortly, I do believe. Didn't mean to click on that. What's the max you can hold? 2,000. Okay. So yeah, one more and I'll be able to get a power stone, which is cool. I don't know. I might go ahead and use it for Titus just to go ahead and finish him. I do believe he's on level 30. Yeah, so one more and he'll be 35. So I might go ahead and finish him and he'll be my actual first full 35 out of 35 character. Which I know a lot of people already have, but you know, I don't spend money on this game. I don't see a point in it whatsoever. And I'm also close to getting 5,000 gems, which I'll be using for the event draw. Because for Cecil, I'm still using organics, which is Cloud's weapon, and of course Krill's not using anything, and Yuffie's just using her 4-star basic stuff. But it is what it is. There's that for you. I don't think I've ever shown you guys how I do my Trials of Leviathan, so I'm going to do one real quick, just because this is the party I use. We'll go in here, see if we can't find a good squall. 2,000. 2-4. 2-4. So we'll use this guy. Obviously I take Leviathan in there because they're weak to water. and I do the same rotation every single time. Nothing changes, um, no matter what order, except for the very last. The very last can change just a little bit, but it doesn't affect the outcome. One boss down, 2 to go. And there you go. It really is that simple. As you guys know, my Prish, Ferris, and Titus is nowhere near being like fully maxed out characters. Well, Titus actually is near. But that's simple. There's 80 star 1s, 30 star 2s, and 10 star 3s. So not a bad pull. So, and one more, I'll actually have level 19, and then another 1 day of farming. I could have level 20. So, and I've still got 6 days left. Of course, I've done the extreme mode, but there's no reason to farm the extreme mode if you have all the point quests, which I do believe I talked about this before because I remember scrolling through it. Yeah, if you can get 24k points in the extreme mode, uh, then that's all you really need. There's no reason to farm the extreme mode whatsoever. They don't provide good drops. It's just there to say, hey, I completed this. I'm dominant with Leviathan. And just completing it for the missions part to get the 40 orbs of each type and 10,000 gil is really all you need to do. If you want to farm it, that's on you. I don't suggest doing it. I wouldn't say tough fight, but it is level 70. The Red Dragon's level 40, Garuda's 50, Red Giant 60, and the Iguans are level 70. And without any drops or any good XP farming from it, there really is no need. If you've got Leviathan level 20 already, you don't know what to do with your SP, I would either come to the Crystal Spring or to the Orb Spring based on what you need. I myself, as soon as I get level 20, I'll be farming the crystals for the remaining day just to get my crystal levels up for other people. Just to use SP on something. But that's really about it. Okay. Just wanting to back out of there. As you know, Trials of Ifrit will always be here. It is a permanent thing. You can go through here, complete all the quests again, so on and so forth. I do believe you get 100 gems per completion if it's the first time, which it's all quote-unquote new quests. So that if you need some gems, I suggest going and doing that. The lost chapters are also here to stay as well. I haven't really touched the lost chapters at all since they still had the bonus missions to them. I am almost done with Squalls. I got to complete this last one, which is level 90, which is still kicking my butt to this day. I will eventually get it cleared though. Don't know how, but I will. And I really haven't messed all that around with the Vanille or Setzer hard modes. I've just done the normals and left it at that. I'm actually excited to have more missions going on. Because honestly, I want to see... I don't want to see this game end, but I want to see Moogle's real intentions of what's actually going on. Why is he dragging us all through this? Is he actually part of it, or what? I'm not too sure. Hopefully Chapter 8 will give us more details, because as you know in the storyline, with each event, they keep saying Moogle can't be trusted. Moogle has ulterior motive. That he's not really a good guy, or at least not all the way, I would say. I mean, he is closing the Torsons, which are apparently linked to making sure no monsters spawn. One thing I haven't really noticed, and of course I understand this is a Dissida game, but every single Dissida game that I can think of has someone who inhabits the world naturally. Now all of these characters that we're playing with, Warrior Light, Sabin, Squall, Cloud, Seymour, Sephiroth, all of them come from previous Final Fantasies. And they're here in this world. Who lives here? Period. Why do we need to protect a world if nobody actually lives here? I mean, Chapter 3 the Lost Kingdom, so somebody had to build that kingdom, right? The palace. Who lives in the palace? Uh, that's just my questions on it. Like, there's no interaction with whatever world this is supposed to be's actual inhabitants. It's only people who come across from the different worlds of all the way from 1 to so far I guess 12. 13 and I think Prish. Yeah, Prish is 11. Yeah, so 13, 14, 15, and of course other characters like I can't remember his name, but the mage dude that you get in Realm Keeper, Record Keeper, I think it is. The little dude that wears the blue outfit where you gotta go through all the picture frames and whatnot and fix them or something like that. I used to play that game a long time ago. But he's not in here. And it just seems like there's no inhabitants to this world except for the two gods and the Moogle. Like, they can't be the only 3 people who live in this entire world. I don't know, that's just something that I thought about earlier and wanted to share my opinion on it. And I don't know. It is what it is. Hopefully Square Enix has some actual dialogue or event or conversation or whatever with the actual inhabitants, because I don't know, we're rescuing a place that could just be actually filled with monsters for all we know. This could be a world of monsters and we're killing their home. Maybe that's why Moogle's such a bad guy. Maybe we're not actually warriors of light and we're going around killing monsters who have peacefully lived here for centuries. I don't know if you guys ever played Chrono Trigger or not. I just thought about this. But there's an alternate universe in Chrono Trigger where monsters live there, like goblins and lizards and all kinds of stuff, and like actual monsters are inhabitant to that world. So, maybe the monsters are the inhabitant of this world and we're just killing them off like Extinction. Maybe we're truly bad guys for killing people in their own homes. Who knows? Anyways, that's going to be it for today. Not too much. Just me rambling on about some bullcrap. But make sure you like and subscribe to the video. I'll be uploading more later as soon as more events come out. I do believe... Let's see... They just released 2 events. Then it was World of Illusions and then Will of the Dawn. So there should be one more event. And there'll be event when the Runaway Prince ends, so in 4 days. And then 11 days later, we should be seeing either Chapter 8 or possibly more Lost Chapters or something. Because that will be the start of the new month. And at the start, they usually have some kind of big release type thing. Like, we got Lost Chapters last time, along with... and then the month before that, we had Chapter 7 come out. My guess is Chapter 8 will be out on... I think June 4th. Is that the last day of the event? Yeah. So June 4th, I'm expecting Chapter 8 to come out. That's just my theory behind it. I know Legend Gaming's has kind of like a timeline, almost down to science of how Square Enix has been releasing events along with extra stuff and so on and so forth. I know Chapter 8 was in the, I guess, hidden folders. I'm not sure what they're really called. Because we knew about lost chapters before it even happened. But anyways, I know Chapter 8's already, like, in the game, so it's not released yet. So I'm assuming on June 4th we will be getting Chapter 8. And, of course, with Chapter 8, there'll be 3 new characters inside that. Along with, like, 30, 40 missions. And then you gotta complete it on hard mode. So a total of, like, I'd say anywhere from 50 to 100 missions easily, with some actual, like, quote-unquote boss fights, or it's just not killing a random monster. You're actually fighting, you know, the main enemies, Sephiroth, and that one woman that was in the Ember Manor. I can't remember her name. Cloud of Darkness. I forget what Final Fantasy Cloud of Darkness originally came from, but I know she was also in 14. What's her name? Kefka. That's his name. So, those are the quote-unquote bosses I'm talking about. The actual humanoid characters that control the storyline, I guess. Because monsters are just there to kill you. They don't have some kind of world dominant scheme going on. But alright, I'm done rambling. I'm rambling enough. Alright, make sure you like and subscribe to the video. Leave any comments, questions, tips, or tricks below. And make sure you hit that little bell next to subscribe. That way you get a notification every time I upload a video. If you got any questions, please ask. I see my comments every time and I reply to them all the time. If you guys want to see something or need advice, anything, let me know. I will post a video for you as soon as I see the comment. I know one of my in real life friends had been having issues with completing a certain aspect of the game. I'm not going to mention what, and I didn't upload that video, but I did record it and send it to him and show him how to do it, and he completed it as soon as he got done watching the video. I know I'm not, I guess, a super badass like some people like Legend Gaming's, but he also spends money on the game. If you spend money on this game, you should have no issues whatsoever, especially if you actually get the drops that you're going for and can max everything out 35 ASAP. But yeah, if you are a free-to-play player like I am and you're a little bit behind, or if you're a new player or anything, shoot me a comment. I'll help you out best I can. I 100% promise that, and I won't let you down, guys. Anyways, you guys take care, and you guys have a great night.